Well, in order to keep him at Arsenal comfortable without his heart looking at any other offers coming in from other clubs that have been really looking or putting a lot of emphasis to sign him on a free next summer, Arsenal have gone ahead to make Saka the best paid player at the club in North London. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the football news show. Bukayo Saka has a new contract onto the table and the proposed salary has been approved, and Arsenal has gone ahead to tell Bukayo Saka, we are making you the highest paid player at Arsenal. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Good morning, guys. You know, today I had called it quits, but the video had no sound. I had to repeat it, and thank you guys that really let me know that the video never had sound. And here I come in peace to re-record it again, upload it, and then go to bed. So today has been really a very good day, and Arsenal fans are really going to be so much excited. We are also talking about Sadio Mane going into that Bayern Munich side very, very strong, because Thomas Tuchel is in, and Thomas Tuchel has promised to go on and really make him one of the reliables at the club of Bayern Munich. And then lastly, we are talking Emily Smith-Rowe, a player that came in from the Hell End Academy, coming out and really trying to convince his fellow player that is playing at Remis, who came in from the Hell End Academy, to go in and play for England. And all that and more into this session. So let's talk Bukayo Saka, a player whose contract was running down in the summer of 2024, meaning that was left with 1 year on his contract after this season, and Arsenal had to do the needful and obviously put him to paper. Remember, we brought you a story from Fabrizio Romano that Bukayo Saka had already agreed a new deal with Arsenal, and obviously the news was delivered way back. But this time around, the news is simple. The news is Bukayo Saka new salary has been revealed by the Daily Mail. And guess who is that? Sammy McBell. And this is what they've gone ahead to let us know about Bukayo Saka. It's very much exciting, and I think all Arsenal fans are going to be escalated about this. Now, Bukayo Saka will earn close to £15 million this season when he finally signs his new contract with Arsenal. The true value of his deal, inclusive of bonus haze and other attached payments, is close to £15 million, taking his salary wage to around £30,000. Sorry, not 30,000, 300 pounds per week. And if at all you've been knowing the salary that Bukayo Saka has been earning at Arsenal, it has been really little, and it has been multiplied close to 6 times. I think has been earning close to, is it 50,000? Because his contract was renewed around the COVID time in 2020, and he extended it to, I think, 4 years, and they are elapsing at in 2024. So they wanted to keep him at Arsenal for a very, very long time. To me, I believe Arsenal are really doing a great job, because remember, they really had Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and was earning 375,000. Mesut Ozil was earning 350,000 pounds at Arsenal. So they had to really cut that wage bill. How did they do it? They first threw Mesut Ozil under the bus. That's it. And he went to Turkey. Then they went ahead and obviously threw Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was earning 375,000 under the bus, and they were left with Thomas Partey by then, who was earning 200,000 pounds a week and was the highest player at Arsenal, highest paid player at Arsenal. Then in the summer of 2022, when they brought in Gabriel Jesus, they gave him a weekly wage of 265,000 pounds a week, and was the highest paid player of Arsenal. So Saka is now going to be the highest paid player of Arsenal, earning 300,000 pounds a week. To me, I believe he deserves it, because when you look at the players in his level that are really playing like him, they're in the region of 300,000 pounds a week to 400,000 pounds a week. Look at Erling Haaland at Man City, is earning 350,000 pounds a week, and they are proposing to extend his salary to 500,000 pounds a week. So it shows you how huge this player is. Look at Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. He has nowhere played football nearing that of Bukayo Saka, though talent-wise, you look at Sancho and you'll see that he's far much better than Bukayo Saka, but he has failed to settle in at Manchester United, and he's not even worth that amount of money that he's earning per week. So why isn't Bukayo Saka supposed to get that amount of money? I believe there are going to be naysayers and criticizers that are going to come in and say, why should Bukayo Saka get that amount of money? Yet Jesus, who is really one of those best players on the field of play for Arsenal, has gone ahead to be earning £265,000 a week. I tell you, if Jesus' contract reaches half of the years he signed, those are 5, he's going to exceed Bukayo Saka. He will go to £350,000 a week. I know time is going to come for him to explode at Arsenal to score in goals, but when you look at what Bukayo Saka has put on the plate, guys, he deserves that amount of money. He deserves it. He deserves it because you can't rule him out to be in the conversation of the best player of the season. Though to me, I believe it's supposed to be Odegaard if at all Arsenal win the trophy, and if at all Man City win the trophy, it's supposed to be Erling Haaland. So Saka has been really excellent this season. Brilliant, marvelous, magnificent. Those are some of the words you can really point out to describe how good Bukayo Saka has been this season. Scoring 12 goals so far in the Premier League with 10 assists. He's the only player in the Premier League to register a double figure in both goals scored and assists into this season, taking his tally of goal involvements to 22. That is Bukayo Saka for you. So to me, I look at him and really believe that he's going to come in through and obviously do the needful and get Arsenal to where they're supposed to be. And no doubts, he's really one of the best players and in his age. And one thing that is left for him to do is for him to really transfer the same form into the Champions League next season, because Arsenal is going to qualify in the Champions League, and if at all he really takes it there, he's really going to be getting the required hail from people, and he's nearing top class. I think this season he's top class. If at all he really goes ahead to really maintain the same levels, or really even increase, or even exaggerate a little bit, or explode more, he'll hit world class next season. If at all he does that, because to hit world class, you need to be consistent. Consistency is what makes you a world class player. And Arsenal had to do this because a lot of clubs were interested in Bukayo Saka, and the agent of Bukayo Saka was not seated. Phones had turned into phones, and we've been told by Sammy McBell of Daily Mail that a host of clubs, including City, have been monitoring Bukayo Saka's future given his current deal is due to expire at the end of the season. But Saka has privately made it clear that he wants to stay in North London, having been convinced of the club's direction under Mikel Arteta. What a signing. And I'm talking about Mikel Arteta. It is really unfair or naive to give Saka all the flowers and not give the props to Mikel Arteta. Why? He transformed him from being a left back to a right attacking midfielder or a right winger. And that's where Saka's gone ahead to do the needful. He tracks back very well. He's working on his physicality. That technique that he really used to score against Manchester United, and again on Sunday, he scored using the same technique against Ukraine. It shows you that he's mastering the art. And we know that the mastermind behind this is Mikel Arteta, because we saw Mikel Arteta scoring such goals when he was still a player at Everton and Arsenal, going in for those curling efforts from the wide areas of the 18 yards, from the wide edges of the 18 yards box area. So Saka is really convinced with Mikel Arteta, and he sees him as the only manager that can really take him to the next level where he deserves to be. And I believe he's really going to take him places. That is Bukayo Saka for you. And to me, I have no doubt in him. He's really one of those players that you'll have to reckon with when it comes to playing this beautiful game of football. And he's now earning £300,000 a week. And you would like to go on and really ask God to bless you with a talented boy who plays football to really go ahead and really get that money, because by the time the children you're going to give birth to grow up, you're going to find a player who plays like Bukayo Saka earning £1 million per week. Because where we are going, football is getting in more money. Football is getting in more money, and more forces that really have money are being attracted to the game of football. So congratulations to Bukayo Saka. I'm happy for you. Though many of the people here say that Rokani has an agent of Bukayo Saka, but Saka is a good player. though to me I believe he's overrated by some people, as I saw stories after him scoring against Ukraine coming out and really saying that he's the best, he's a world-class player. He's not yet world-class. He's not yet world-class, you know. Now, imagine if at all Højlund, you get, Rasmus was English. In his debut for Denmark, in his first 2 debuts, he scored 5 goals. He scored 3 in the first game and 2 in the second game they played. You get? Do you know the buzz that would have been around that boy? But because the boy is playing for Denmark and is playing in Atalanta, no one is minding any business about him. So to me, I believe Saka is a very good player, but sometimes he's overrated. That's it. So let's go to the other story of Bayern Munich, Sadio Mane. Now, Sadio Mane is one of those players that were signed by Nagelsmann, and maybe some players that were signed by a certain manager get worried when the manager that really bought them, who is sacked, and they bring in another one. And I think for him, at Southampton, he was bought by Pochettino. He was not sacked, and then he moved to Liverpool, found Jurgen Klopp, and has been consistently playing under Jurgen Klopp. And just him like 6-7 months into his first season at Bayern Munich, the manager that really bought him has been sacked, and that is Nagelsmann. And people are really worried that maybe Tuchel is not an admirer of this player and he might not use him a lot. But we've been told by Play to Goal via Sky Germany that Sadio Mane is looking forward to work with Tuchel. Mane is highly motivated to show why Bayern have brought him in. Mane knows that he has to deliver more. He has a good relationship with Tuchel. Tuchel once wanted to bring him to Chelsea and Paris. So Sadio Mane is this player who has been playing for a manager at Liverpool who believes in the same system like Thomas Tuchel, the gang pressing that was taught to them by Ralf Rangnick. Though when he came in at Manchester United, things never really worked out. But Sadio Mane, no doubt in the player. You know, if you know Thomas Tuchel, Sadio Mane is a Thomas Tuchel player. To me, I 100% believe he's going to really hit the ground running. You know, he has been resting for some good months, and I think that was a blessing disguise for Sadio Mane, because he had played lots of games at Liverpool and he was not getting enough rest. So this time around towards the World Cup, he got an injury and was ruled out of the World Cup. So he rested for like 3 months and he returned at the beginning of March. So to me, I see him as a fresh player who is ready to go in and really play this beautiful game of football at a side known as Bayern Munich. And I think Thomas Tuchel is going to utilize him very well in that game they're going to play against Man City. And I've always told you, Tuchel was not signed to win the Bundesliga, because even Nagelsmann would have gone ahead to win the Bundesliga. But after that draw against City, and after that draw of Bayern against City in a double tie of the quarterfinals, I think they really valued and asked themselves, are we going to see ourselves going through? You get when having Nagelsmann say no way, let's get in a player, or let's get in a manager who has ever knocked out City in the Champions League finale and has ever gone out to Real Madrid and obviously won a game of football from that side. And we're having players that Chelsea never had. When you look at the squad of Bayern Munich, it's really better than the squad of Chelsea. You know, they're really having some good players there. So I look at that as a boost for Tuchel and Sadio Mane to really find themselves in a position of lifting the Champions League. So Sadio Mane and Thomas Tuchel are really willing to work together to see to it that they achieve the common goal of Bayern Munich of winning the Bundesliga and the UEFA Champions League. So leaving that at that, let's have a look at the Hell End graduates. The Hell End graduates. That is Emily Smith-Rowe and Balogun. Remember, Balogun just got himself out of the under-21s team of England that is injured. Yet to me, I think he was not injured because he felt like he was betrayed to be called to play for the under-21s. Yet he thought that he had ripened to reach a level of playing for the English national team and was not included, and went ahead and posted that it's always better to go where you are wanted. And we saw him in America, I think last week, when he was talking to the coach of America, US national team, and very many others, to turn into a USA citizen to play football that side. Gareth is it Gary Southgate, came out and really gave him advice that your decision is yours to go ahead and really choose where to play, but you need to come to the Premier League and find yourself in a position of playing competitive football here, score those goals in the Premier League, then you'll see us calling you into the English national team squad. And I think if at all Balogun really finds himself in the English Premier League, either at Arsenal or in that team, he can really get straight to that team, because I don't see any striker who is next to Harry Kane. Callum Wilson, not convinced. Ivan Toney, not convinced. And for him, he's just 20, 21 years of age, meaning that he can come in and really set the ball rolling in there for you. But his fellow hell-ending graduate has told him that is Emily Smith Rowe. Of course, I would prefer he chooses England, but obviously it's his decision. That's down to him to do what he wants to do. It would be nice if he could be with us in the summer for the Euros under 21, but like I said, that's down to him. So he's advising him to join the England under 21s to see that he really gets ready for the Euro tournament of under 21s in the summer. So to me, I see this as a downgrade for this guy, because when you look at Ivan Toney, who the manager of England was really putting ahead of him, Ivan Toney came to fame at the age of 25. This lad, isn't he 20, 21 years of age? Balogun, where are you at? Balogun is 21 years of age, you get? And on July 3rd, this year, he's making 22 years of age, meaning that he's really scoring in goals for fun. And I think he's not a late developer like Ivan Toney. So I think Balogun has a point, Emily Smith Rowe has a point, and Southgate has a point. Where is Southgate's point? He needs to come to the Premier League and play. To me, I like that. Let him come to the Premier League and disprove him, score those goals, get into that team. And I think if at all he really gets into the team of like Newcastle or any other team, he can even dislodge Harry Kane from the starting position of the English national team, because if at all he hits the ground running and score close to many goals than Harry Kane, then everyone will be calling for him to start. That's it. So your thoughts on to Saka's new wage at Arsenal revealed: £300,000 a week, going to be earning £340,000 more than Jesus, making him the highest paid player at Arsenal. Does he really deserve to be the highest paid player at Arsenal? All of that in the comment section below. Sadio Mane and the manager of Bayern Munich, newly appointed Thomas Tuchel, willing to work together. Your thoughts on to Balogun? Should he take the advice of Gareth Southgate or the advice of Emily Smith Rowe? May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. My Muslim friends, enjoy your Ramadan and fast, because through fasting, Allah comes closer to you. Ciao, ciao.